After the original Lionel Corporation went out of business at the end of 1969, thus ending the post-war era, the license was sold to General Mills and Model Products Corporation, otherwise known as MPC. See the logo down here on the side, and they began making trains after the 1970s. This car was produced during that time. This is the 9040 Wheaties boxcar, and very kind of standard. Has regular type trucks on it. These, they call them AAR trucks, but I think now they figured out they were actually should have been called Symington Wayne trucks. And this is a pretty little boxcar. Next was the 1941 Hersheys Chocolate boxcar. This was never sold in a set. This was always a separate sale item. I don't know how hard these are to come by, but I lucked into this one, and I really kind of like it. It's kind of a neat little boxcar. And this one was produced between 1971 and 1976. This is a 1942 Ford Motorcraft Autolite spark plug car. Now, they got in a lot of negotiations with Ford on producing this car. They put it in an Allegheny set, and they had a promotion going on with Ford for selling their tune-up kits. If a dealership would purchase so many tune-up kits, they had a chance to buy one of those Allegheny sets at a special price. So they sold a lot of tune-up kits, but anyhow, there's a couple variations of this car around out there, but it's pretty neat one. They think that there was approximately 50,000 sets of this one, so there's a few of these out here, but they're kind of a nice little box car to have. This one is the 9045 Toys R Us box car that was produced in 1975. And I mentioned earlier that during the modern era, Lionel changed to a plastic frame underneath these and plastic trucks. And with the plastic wheels, this one and the next one I'm going to show you down there are extremely light. And they don't track real well if you put them in a long train. I suggest you put them near the end of a train. But these are actually pretty popular cars. They made about 5 or 6 different Toys R Us box cars that were sold in various sets through Toys R Us. And some of them are quite sought after by collectors. I don't see the big deal myself, but I come up with this one, and probably be putting it up for sale at some point. This car was produced between 1979 and 1983, and again in 1986. It was part of the Midnight Flyer set from 79 and 81 and the 1252 Heavy Iron set from 1982 and 83. Also appeared in the 1986 Rolling Stock assortment. It has one operating and one dummy coupler, and later issues had 2 operating couplers. And once again, this was got the light plastic frame and the light plastic wheels, and nice looking boxcar. In fact, they made 2 or 3 of these. There's a blue one floating around with another number on it. But nice looking cars, but they don't track very well. And one of my favorite railroads. This is the 16201 Wabash. I liked it so well, I got 2 of them. Anyway, this was produced in 1988 and 91. It shows built 188 on there. It was part of the 11703 Iron Horse Freight set. Now, what's odd is that one actually had Wabash engine, tender, and caboose in it. Earlier, they put out a Wabash Cannonball, and everything was marked nickel plate. I ain't figured that one out yet, and I'm still scratching my head. And this one, from 1988, is the 16207 True Value Hardware Store car. Now, they put out several of these for different promotional sets, too. I've seen this one, and it's just so pretty, I just had to have it. Now, there's a lot of other these that are out there that I don't have. And some of them, like the Save More car, which is actually quite colorful and pretty pretty. It's pretty hard to come by. But, and there's many others. And you probably have some of them, but, you know, don't overlook these cars. They're small. Like I said, they look good in a long train. And some of them are actually pretty collectible, pretty valuable. So, look, if you got any of them, give them another check. Don't just, you know, take them for granted, because these are really, really nice cars overall. A Countdown Studios production.